Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a Detroit Lions draft review. We're getting one out for every team. As the offseason goes on, it has been a while since I filmed one of these, so might be a little off my game, but the Lions are going to be a fun team to talk about. And before we get into it though, I would remind you to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts down below, especially Lions fans. Would love to know what you think of this draft. Just would really appreciate that. Also, we have a ton of film rooms coming soon, so suggest some prospects you'd like to see me talk about, because I've got a lot on the way, but I would like to, obviously get some more out as well. And there's some players that I haven't thought of yet. So without any further ado though, let's get into the breakdown. So first off, they got really good value and got Aiden Hutchinson at number 2. I always forget that he's 6'7". He does not feel like a 6'7" player. I don't know if that's a dumb take, but he doesn't feel like it. And we'll look at their needs too. Quarterback, edge, or defensive end, but I'm going to call it edge. Safety, running back, and receiver. Running back, which is a running back 2. I'm not too worried about that. And quarterback, I respect their plan of waiting till next year, or, we'll see. So Aiden Hutchinson at number 2. Everyone thought he was going to go at 1 for a while until Trayvon Walker hype built up. Very good value. He's the Michigan guy. He's staying in Michigan. He fits Dan Campbell's culture. Perfect pick, slam dunk. I think he's a very good player. I don't think he's going to be Khalil Mack, or I don't think he's going to be, Myles Garrett, which is obviously, I think, pretty consensus, but I think he's going to be very good. They have a Jared Allen comp, and I think that's very fair, and I think he's going to be very good as a day one impact player for the Lions. Then they traded back up with the Vikings, who took a lot of L's this draft, trading with division rivals, but they got Jameson Williams when they moved up. Great value. He's so dynamic. Even if he doesn't play much this year, I wouldn't rush his recovery at all. This is not your competing window. This is not your contention window. If you're the Lions, let him heal fully, and then boom, you might have one of the best receivers in the league just on your team here, with trading up to the 12th pick and not giving up that much value. You traded up, 20 spots, and then you traded down from 34 to maybe 60 or 70. I don't remember exactly, but either way, great value. Very happy with that for the Lions. And then in the second round I think that's the Vikings pick. So they traded it was 12 and 46 for 34 and 32. That was just a slam dunk trade for the Lions, because they still got Josh Pascal here at 46 with the 14th pick in the second round. Very good player, and they've really been just building up this defensive line. They got Levi Onwuzurike last year. They got what's his name? The NC State guy. His name is escaping me right now. I can't think of it, but they're really building up this line, and I think Josh Pascal is a very versatile guy. Going to be a lot of fun to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. He's a little thicker, and I think he's just a very good player. I think this was good value for him. Then in the third round, they got Kirby Joseph, the safety out of Illinois. I just know, he gets to the ball. He's a great athlete, and he's going to be a very fun player. Not somebody I've scouted a ton this year, and they're saying he's a legitimate starting contender this year. Yeah, the Lions safeties were not good last year. So here, starting the compensatory picks in round 3, I think this was great value. Then they got James Mitchell, the tight end from VT, with a compensatory in the 5th round. Another guy I'm not super familiar with, but I think it's a good pick. If Dan Campbell likes him, if he fits their scheme, I think that's going to be good value for them. Then they got Malcolm Rodriguez from Oklahoma State down here. Smaller guy, but he was really a big part of that OSU defense that was so good this year. So I think he's going to be a guy that's going to have to develop a little bit, but I think, he's super fast. He's a little small, but I don't know. I think he could be very good as that smaller linebacker for them. And then they also got James Houston from Jackson State. Dion getting his guys drafted. And he's going to be a good edge, hopefully, in the NFL. He's small, but small guys can still do it. Think about Shaq Barrett, who a couple years ago had he's still very good. I don't want to get that, but he really turned it on once he got to the Bucs and had that crazy 19-sack season where he was just tearing guys up. I remember that Brett Coleman video about it. That really made me a fan of him, just on how he used his technique. So obviously check that out if you're interested in Shaq Barrett. It's a very random tangent, but I love Shaq Barrett. Then with their last pick, they got Chase Lucas out of ASU. Solid player, small, but I think he can just be a good depth player and maybe a special teamer at this point in the 7th round. So not somebody I'm super familiar with, but solid pick. And that's going to wrap it up for this Lions draft. I think they did really well. I think they're building here. They're cooking in there. And maybe, I don't know about this year. I think they could still, I don't think they're going to be last in the North this year. I think they could definitely be better than the Bears, whose roster just not great in my opinion. And the Vikings, we've seen them play so down on them, like to their competition, that they could be better than the Vikings. They could make the playoffs. I don't think they will if Jared Goff really steps up. That's a very hot take. I don't think they will make the playoffs, but this roster is definitely capable of it if Jared Goff can step up. And we'll see. And this isn't even their contending window, but I'm saying they could be early on it like the Eagles were in this past year. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Again, let me know what you think of this Lions draft or any of my takes on it. Lions fans especially, let me know what you think, because I'm trying to, gauge how everybody's feeling here as we go into the offseason, have a little bit of time for these picks to settle. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.